Okay, good morning and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun and I want to discuss Bikurim, Perek Gimel, Mishnah Gimel. One of the halachas in this whole procession when they came with the Bikurim to Yerushalayim is that the people that were tradesmen, they were doing malacha, they were working in Yerushalayim, said they would stand up in front of these people that were bringing the Bikurim. Now, even though all the Mefarshim explain, you don't have to stand up if you're engaged in work because of Bittul Malacha, you don't have to stand up for a Talmud Chacham. And certainly not for people that are doing a mitzvah. Here they would, because Chaviva Mitzvah B'Shaita is considered a unique mitzvah. It happens rarely. For like a bris milah, you stand up when the baby is being brought in. When a dead body is being passed onto, to the people carrying him to his grave. So he passes by, the coffin passes by. You're supposed to stand up because these are mitzvahs that happen not so often. So here also you're supposed to stand up, even if you're engaged in malacha. Now, what does that mean? Just to stand up and show honor? So I've been thinking a lot about this, and it always bothered me, this idea of mitzvah of kima. That's what we're talking about over here. It says in a pasuk in Kedoshim, it says, they say takum, from an elderly person you should get up. Adarta pnei zaken. The Gemara in Kedushin says also by a zaken, Talmud Chacham, you should also get up. A rebbe, someone who's a rebbe muvak, you have to get up for him. What does it mean, get up, stand up? People, I used to do that. I used to stand up for a Talmid Chachamim when I was in yeshiva here in Israel. And then when I got to America, I was in Shar Yashuv and I was doing it, and no one was doing it there. It looked kind of funny, especially Shar Yashuv, Bali Tshuva, not really like Bali Tshuva, people, who were on the derech, went off the derech, trying to come back to the derech, the only right derech in the world. So, tongue in cheek. Anyway, so people would stand. I would look very funny standing. I call my Rosh Hashiva in Israel. I say, stand up. No, you just get up. Do hidur. Hidur means to rise from your chair a little bit, like you're showing importance to the Talmud Chacham. But I really, after thinking a lot about this, it's also kima for your parents. Who gets up when their parents come into the room? But it's halacha midoraisa in the Torah. Think about it, just practically. I think it just means that give up your seat. It doesn't mean to stand up. Stand up, not stand up when they're in your Dalit Amos, that you show honor to them. It looks funny. We're talking about you're sitting on the recliner. This happened. The reason I'm thinking about this is because this is a situation that I have. I live with my mother-in-law. Now, whether I have to honor my mother-in-law and my parents, questionable. My father-in-law, the Ramah says you should meet the Rabbanan, you should treat like your parents to honor him. My mother-in-law, I don't know. It's not clear from the Shulchan whether they have to honor her or not. I'm still not really sure if I have to honor. It seems from the Ramah only the father-in-law, because from the pasuk that David used to honor his father-in-law Shaul. Mother-in-law, the shviger, I don't know. But let's say you have a seat, you can have a recliner in a room or something like that. So to get up from the seat to offer your place, a more comfortable seat to the elderly person, to your parent, to maybe your father-in-law, maybe your mother-in-law, a Talmud Chacham, right? That's what I was talking about. We're not talking about standing up. It looks funny to stand up. We're talking about to make it more comfortable for that person. It's sort of an honor, and it's sort of, a convenience to give up what's comfortable for the person of importance. That's what we're talking about over here. That people got up. We're not talking about they stood up for these people. We're talking about, let's say they had houses or they had shops or office space where they were working. These people were going to be staying in Yerushalayim for a little bit. Like we learned Bikurim, you have to have lina, right? Because of the chavivas of the mitzvah, they would give up and give their places, give their offices, give their lodgings to their houses, make them open, available for these people to stay there. That's what it means, omdim lifneim, to get up in front of them. It means to get up and give up the space that you're working in for them, to house them over there because of the specialness, uniqueness of this mitzvah. That's really what it means. That's what it means by getting up for an elderly person on the bus, right? You get up for an elderly person on the bus, they have a place to sit. So it makes sense over there, and I think that's really the halacha when it comes to anyone getting up. Kima, for getting up for a person, means to offer them a better sitting opportunity and better lodging. That you're currently occupying that seat, you want to give should you offer the recliner to them? That's what we're talking about. Hope you enjoyed today's share. I think it's the truth. See you in the next one.